A bad batch of synthetic drugs affecting Christchurch is now being blamed for killing at least one person. St John Ambulance today revealed that a recent death is being linked to the same synthetic drugs which have put another 19 people in hospital. Now, the drugs' effects are causing chaos for local ambulance crews. One paramedic has been seriously assaulted. This is while helping a patient who was in the grips of a synthetics high. Our reporter Logan Church reports.
I cannot stress enough that I will not allow my staff to be put at risk, and so we will get the police protection because our staff's welfare comes first.
That is St John's Craig Downing, issuing a stern warning to the drugged-up patients who are assaulting his staff. This comes as Christchurch is in the grips of what has been described on checkpoints as a public health emergency. Symptoms include hallucinations, seizures, aggression, paranoia, anxiety, overheating. It's not a nice list. Since then, people have continued to pour into the emergency departments. A total of 19 have arrived, ranging in age from 17 to 59 years old. 2 of them are still fighting for their life in ICU. Craig says these patients are incredibly hard to manage.
These patients are unpredictable. They can be really challenging to manage. And what I mean by that is that our staff are getting exposed to patients who are acting out both physically and verbally towards our staff. This is unacceptable. We don't accept that at all. And as a result, sometimes the treatment regimes that we have to do with these people is to sedate them for their own safety and the staff safety. And what we're finding is that these patients are really aggressive and really challenging to manage. It's a very difficult situation because we don't know what's in this chemical. We don't know what's in this drug.
And this boiled over in an attack on an ambulance officer over the weekend.
Last Saturday night we had a particular case that the ambulance officers responded to. They attended to a person and whilst in the back of the ambulance, that person, without provocation or without warning, violently attacked one of my staff. We don't see that as acceptable in any level whatsoever. Our staff go about doing their job because they care. They don't expect to go home having been assaulted.
The news also came this morning that at least one death has been linked to this bad batch of synthetic drugs. Checkpoint's been told ambulance officers responded to a call-out for a person who appeared to have taken synthetics. But while trying to help the patients, their health went rapidly downhill. Nothing could be done.
This is a poison that is entering people's bodies. It is having profound effects on them.
The police are refusing to comment further on the death. They have maintained a consistent message of do not take synthetics, but clearly that's not getting through to some people. I asked Detective Inspector Greg Merson if he believed that message was still the right message.
It is. I mean, the bottom line is if you don't take these drugs, you won't put yourself at risk. And the problem is people don't know what they're taking. And, you know, it's called synthetic cannabis, but it's not cannabis. It's synthetic drugs. It's just a plant form that has been I would say contaminated with chemicals and then sold to unsuspecting buyers. And those chemicals can be anything. And also it's not just the so-called synthetic cannabis, it's pills as well. It's all synthetics. And pills are just as dangerous as the drugs you smoke.
While everyone agrees this bad batch of synthetics is particularly bad, Craig Downing says spikes of synthetic drug-using patients are common nowadays.
We do see it periodically throughout the year. There's no real rhyme or reason for it, there's no pattern to it, it's just whatever appears.
But the message for synthetic drug users is clear. Don't assault the ambulance crew. Mō te hōtaka o te ahi nei, ko Logan Church tēnei.